but what if?
What if? Please
I'm guessing not. I really feel like their damage is honestly not bad. They have a lot of heal here. It is pretty safe for them to pick up
di game pertama.
is the safest. So it looks like they are going to go
Tapi
for the
jangan
quad as
lupa
well as the
subscribe dulu guys ya, sama di like
pretty
guys.
good at our jobs. Yeah. Now that I mean the Uranus has been
Kita
taken
lihat
by Team
first
Malaysia,
pick
there's
Jusin.
no reason for an Arlet pick anyway. So this
Ada
is
Hilda, Hayabusa, Cloud,
likely an
Arlot,
Apex 47 Hilda. So a blasted
Uranus,
pass to
Kimi,
2 years
Yisun,
ago
Gatot
in
Kaca,
the M5
hero yang di
where
band.
his Hilda was the reason
Ada
that
Cici, Lapu-Lapu, Harit, Ruby, Esmeralda, Fanny, Yuzong, Grok,
bad flashbacks.
Alice, Lunox.
Was in the goal lane.
Mapnya Expanding Reaper.
He's not the best.
Kita lihat last picknya guys.
Ranger is there, but it's not a
Ranger is
good.
there, yeah.
It's not a good matchup against the Claude. It's going to be very difficult for Loliel here. Natan, I would say, is still on the table, but really not all that safe.
Not even Xbox feels good because of the plot there, but
Xbox.
probably the only choice left.
Yep.
We don't get to see this matchup often. He does have his merits, but I look at the scaling. I personally like Turkiye scaling a bit more.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I kind of feel like for Malaysia, their scaling is going to be a little bit different here, Husky, where their scaling is not to deal the most amount of damage, but to have the most amount of zone priority, because the Esport is going to have a tough time in lane going up against the Claude. But eventually, after building up the War Axe, you're just trying to stay inside the Lord Pit for as long as you can. And between a Yisun Shin and a Hayabusa, I feel like once
Ini
you get the
Malaysia
OG Shadow
SRG
out,
guys ya.
it's going to be more
SRG
priority for
OG
Team
Esport
Malaysia
ya.
to handle that objective. So I kind of feel like Malaysia's
Selangor Red
draft is
Giants
really about
OG Esport.
turtles, really about lords, really about controlling that river. Compared to Turkiye, this is a pretty standard draft that is, I would say, a jack of all trades.
Yeah,
You can do all.
I agree. I think just to kind of expand on what you brought up, even you look at the recent match history of Team Malaysia and how these
Ini
players
Malaysia jadi
how
mas ini
have been drafting.
Masium,
You're right, the zone
Solea.
control, right? The Tolkacha, you have the Export, and most importantly,
Momo.
something that only the YSS can provide in totality is global vision, right? Even though it has been cut down in duration, but knowing where your opponents are, even for a fraction of a second, can be very helpful. So let's hop into game one, the land of Dawn. Team Turkiye in the blue side, and Team Malaysia on red.
Yeah, we can see already quite a lot of trade here coming in from the mid.
Berat sih ini
Basically,
Turkiye.
everyone received some damage here. Rosa, Yoon, Stormy, as well as Apex 47. Now we got to see how they're going to be contesting the jungle here, because we can already see Malaysia prime position to protect their own jungle, and Turkiye just looking for opportunity. So both really understanding what each other are trying to do.
Now Stormy does get lifted back though. That is so dangerous. Stormy
Nggak mati
barely makes it
timnya guys.
out with the help of Yums. And that's the priority that we've been talking about. And first blood actually attained in the gold lane. Lolia with the solo kill on the Sigiboom.
Lilia must be quite upset. It was not shown on screen with all the, I would say, pressure is got from the netizens.
Man,
but
how did that happen?
How did that happen? I mean,
that hurts.
Sigiboom already used up the
tuh
Purify,
menit
so I'm
awal
guessing
udah mati tuh.
Lolia just went all in, and Sigiboom just did not realize Export did that much damage, I guess?
I mean, Lolia didn't even have to use his flicker, right? Rosa is gonna eat the turtle boat in the face. Sakai's with a pick up. Tianzi is in though, had the shadow kill. Sakai's gonna use the heal. And actually, Tianzi not able to pick up anyone. Team Malaysia gets away with no casualties.
Yep, this is the experienced mid trio here coming in from SRGOG, making it so that able to bounce around the Ogi shadow kill, not to get all of it onto Sakai's, and even if it does, Yums is there with the revitalize. So honestly, Team Turkiye could have turned things around if Tianzi was able to get a couple of kills there.
Luna gets zoned away from the objective. Loliao just scouted out Tianzi at the purple buff. Team Malaysia have full priority over the turtle. Apex 47 not gonna be able to make too much of an impact without level 4. Same as Yums, but I think in terms of agency, you prefer Yums a lot more, as Momo will just soak up all the pressure from Lunar. Has the final slash. Tianzi quad shadow tries to find an opening, but Yisun Shin just better with the retribution.
Yep, Sakai is able to secure that, but good on Tianzi as well, waiting out for the unbreakable. But hold on, something's happening in mid.
Wait, Sigiboom's gonna die again.
Lolia gets a kill somehow, and now Momo looks like the dual laner here. EXP and gold.
But 2 times in a row, Lolia didn't have to use the flicker for the solo kill. It makes you wonder what happened in the goal lane.
I mean, hey, doubts for Momo and Lolio should be answered here. Both basically soloing the opposing laner. Looking quite good opening up here. Malaysia up by 2,000 gold. But again, we gotta wait on TNZ because we've seen Hayabusa coming back from behind. It's definitely possible, but the problem is gonna be that Uranus, right? Someone has to deal with that.
Yeah, and the person that is good at dealing with it is falling pretty far behind. And Apex 47 goes down. I think you need to call for help if you are Sigiboom. Someone needs to free him from that lane. Not to free him from that lane, but you lift that pressure a bit, right?
Yep.
Because they're gonna call him for a gank.
Two-level difference.
Shocker, no Purify, Sigiboom. One last effort, Blazing Duet, eat all the AOG. That's a killing spree for guys. This gold lane has completely gone to dust.
I mean, we talk about how difficult it is to play a marksman in gold right now because there's a lot of gold being nerfed on the minions, where Claude is viable because he can double wave, right? Get on gold as well as mid. Now he doesn't even get gold.
I'm just shocked, right? All it took was a level 1, level 2 solo kill to really set it in motion. We just say that, you know, eventually he's going to be able to shred through the Esport. He's going to be able to scale to the late game. But dying 3 times in under 4 minutes, that is disastrous.
Yeah, even Momo is having an EXP lead here going up against Lunar. And now the turtle is going to spawn. Sigiboom does have that first item. But look at this, trying to fight back. Lunar already using the final slash, and Rosa flickers in.
Comes in and tries to grab a target, taunted. There's nothing that Rosa could do in that situation, and TNZ will have to fall back. That's Team Malaysia so far up 6-0, 3.3k goal advantage, and that lead will keep on expanding as they work on the second turtle.
And Momo doing the most annoying thing, 1v3 here, and AOG goes in.
Don't even give them the orange buff. TNZ was secure in the end. Final slash from Lunar. TNZ cannot re-engage Lunar. We just have to dash around with the Vengeance. He himself flickers away. And we are seeing a bit of the problem right now. Turkiye don't really have that big burst that they need to finish off targets.
And again, this is just how Malaysia plays. They even catch TNZ! The bird is there, but not gonna kill TNZ. But yeah, Malaysia, they like to draft where they can zone people away. And look at this, they're doing it quite well. They're basically drafted where we don't have to fight, but if you do want to, hey, we welcome you.
Hume's reaction is out of this world. Gets some pixel perfect reflexes. Lunar forced out of his own lane, bottom tier 1, gone already. And I'm struggling to look for a comeback plan for Turkey. In this situation, it looks so tough.
Yeah, because they have a lot of crowd control, but at this point, they don't have a lot of damage. And Rosa was just hit once.
Yeah.
Not pull back, just hit once, and that was like 20, maybe the minimum 50% HP loss. The traction pulse right now coming in from Stormy is not just a threat of starting a fight, but just the damage itself. Right now, the turtle will spawn in roughly about 40 seconds. And TNZ, this is the problem where 1, 2 fighters, 1 tank. It's going to be difficult for him to use the Oki shot to kill to really get a kill, because even Stormy was able to use the Stardom to stun him up. Well, you know, make sure that he doesn't move and just take damage from the kill.
Makes it worse that your goal lane is essentially a null factor, right? So the Esport wants to move into your jungle. He sure as heck can do that. Brute Force breastplate for Loliao. TNZ starved out of resources. Team Malaysia 5.3k up. Traction post. Use early on. No, they know where Lunar is. But how is Turkey going to cut through this front line? Can't do it without Sigiboom, and Sigiboom needs time, and he needs a lot more than he would have bargained for, honestly.
Yeah. And the problem is, even if you do go for a team fight with Lolia, the lead that he has, the last insanity, even if he doesn't kill, it's going to deal quite a lot of damage. So
wait a minute.
Even T-Fight is going to be difficult.
Apex did. I'm pretty sure what the idea was. He was cutting through the mid wave. Even if you're trying to get vision, I don't think you need to go that far. Not at this state of the game. That control is not going to be utilized anyway, since the rest of your teammates don't really have priority at all.
Yeah. Basically, Apex wants to do what Momo is doing right now.
Cut the wave?
He's going anywhere he wants. Right? Like, there doesn't need to be a reason for him to be there. I mean, like, there is, right? Vision as well as slowing down the rotation, but he's not punishable. That's the thing here compared to Apex 47. Apex is punishable. Momo, not really. He's literally healing everything up.
Look at that, 3 ultimates in a row. They only find Lunar, but better than nothing. Lift up onto Yums. And with the OG shadow kill, no way Yums survives this, right? Eventually goes down. Rosa finds the shutdown, but now they have low Liao to deal with. And Team Malaysia still ends up getting mid-tier 1. Despite all that effort from Team Turkiye, get the root on Siggy Boom, and Siggy Boom will have to fall back, and Rosa cannot do this alone. Not with the juice in.
Right now, Malaysia 6.7k goal lead. Turkiye is able to get a kill, and TNZ, this is very interesting. He's getting the Sky Cursor, which honestly is not that bad of an idea, because at least if they somehow can get a kill, it could snowball, because at this point you need some kind of miracle, so you need to make that play. You need to make that choice.
They have what means to do a setup. That's the good thing. The bad thing is that they are so far behind. Apex will provide vision, but you just cannot shake Momo off.
Yeah.
Momo is just sticking onto you.
Right now, Momo is just being a bit too annoying, because this Uranus was the one that got MVP yesterday, and also unkillable, right? So this is the problem that we talked about in draft. We already see the heroes. We saw the Hayabusa, the Jushin, as well as the Hilda, and we know that that lineup doesn't kill Uranus that fast. So I think the answer was supposed to be the fact that Lolia closed that problem quite early on. This is trouble for Turkiye, because they got to deal with Momo first.
Yeah, Lolia shut that down so quick. Still am wondering how that happened, but we'll have time to deliberate the post-game. Team Malaysia continues to spearhead that lead. Easy Lord 1 in under 10 minutes.
Yep. And so far, Malaysia, this is probably the cleanest we've seen them play so far. Yesterday against Iran, they really showed up, but I don't know. Going up against Turkiye, you can feel like they put in quite the effort here to deal with them.
This is the actual full power, right? Pulse that doesn't connect to anyone. You can see. No way in. That's one hit from Sakai.
Yep. This is trouble, because Turkiye, they have to turtle up, but again, they don't have enough damage. So even if Malaysia makes a mistake, I don't know if they have enough damage to really punish that Husky. Speaking of damage, one hit, man.
I mean, the Soul Lord Defender, Lord Killer is not ready, not remotely ready. Even the 5-man final slash, I don't think is gonna save them. Not from this predicament. Top inhibitor goes down. That is so clean. Apex. I don't know what the plan for Apex. There's really nothing much he could do. Now Turkiye gets some breathing room to work on the Lord. Final slash onto low Liao. He's gonna last sanity. Fraga armor breaks. TNZ, again, no opening for him. Apex 47 can only watch as Team Malaysia breaks down the mid inhibitor. And not done this yet though. Momo taking some considerable output from Turkiye, but still not enough to go down.
And look at Apex 47, been flanking for quite a while, try to find an opening. Looks like he's just gonna buy some time, but Sakai's is chasing after him.
Apex 47 will try, but try to see might Yums. The Metal Gauntlet will find it, and now Momo right in the midst of things with Low Liao last insanity. It's barbecue season as Stormy finds Lunar. Turkiye down to 3, and that is gonna make it 2. Siggy with no chance. Rosa with the flicker to safety. Apex 47 back in 10. TNZ last ditch effort. Trying to roll the dice. Finds the guys in Sky Piercer, but it's still a disadvantaged defense. Apex is now back. Minion wave to be dealt with. TNZ will need a bit of help, and they will clear it out in time. Rosa with the lift back onto you. TNZ back into it. Gas the taunt. Apex 47 holds the front. TNZ doesn't have the ult, and Turkiye lives to fight another day.
Yeah, again, looks like Momo, even though get caught, hold on. Right the pulse. Looks like they're not gonna do anything. That's just to make sure that Turkiye cannot re-engage. Sakai's got shut down, but still, he's playing an amazing Yeast and Shin game. The damage that he's outputting, honestly, Siggy Boom tried to go in because he did have the golden staff, so the damage, now you do have to respect it, but the damage that they dealt to Siggy Boom, that was nasty. That was a lot.
I feel like Sakai can face tank the Blazing Duet and still solo kill Siggy Boom until the Winds of Nature come out. It's gonna take a while. I don't know if Turkiye have that time now that the second Lord is up.
Yeah, but now look at Momo finding 2 and all by himself. making TNZ as well as Sigaboom suffer quite a bit, even in terms of damage. This
Apakah
Reyes
preload
is not
lagi?
just a wall, man. It's a wall that can fight back. And now the Lord has been started up by Team Malaysia. TNZ is looking for an opportunity,
Oh,
but
nggak
Yums is there to
dikasih
stop it.
masuk ya saya
Seal,
busanya.
bit late to the party. TNZ couldn't get there in time. I'm not sure how this is going to pan out though. Sigiboom wants to get into the fight, but just could not find a space to do so. Maybe with the help of Rosa, they can find some space. But Rosa is going to get chased down. So Kai's actually burns. Apex 47 finds Stormy. A 2-for-2 trace so far.
Ya,
Stormy
N
out
aja,
gets
guys.
gone on by
N.
TNZ. Immortality is going to be out. Momo
Mati
flickers on top of
tuh,
Rosa.
mati tuh.
Rosa trying to run away, but Momo should be able to get the finisher. And Team Malaysia still comes out on top.
Kejar dia
10 seconds
Ipin.
for Luna to come back.
I gotta say, Momo is being relentless here. I kind of feel like he's missing the international stage here, Husky.
Yes.
He really wants to show up here for Malaysia. All the while, we gotta shout out to Turkiye because they created chaos so that Stormy and Sakai's were uncomfortable in that fight and they got that kill. He only got 2, but that's quite a big 2 that they got.
Yeah, this guy's going down a second time in TNZ. Also doing a fantastic job taking out the immortality of Loliao. Momo gets gone on too. Won't
Wah,
commit the shadow kill. They take care of the Lord, so the last inhibitor still stands for Turkiye. They have successfully weathered the storm a
belum
second
bisa
time.
juga, wih.
But Malaysia, they gotta be careful. 14 minutes in, at this point, Sigiboom, even though 0-5 and 2 is gonna be a threat, so they gotta be careful. Whenever you do see a possible BMI coming up,
Yep.
Sakai's is gonna be the main damage dealer to just burst him out that fast. Speaking of which, Sakai's does have that Winter Crown, so he understands that he's the main target now. So he needs to be prepared to make an outplay, essentially.
The Winter Crown is going to solve a lot of that problem too. The Ogi Shadow Q, also very ineffective against the Winter Crown. This goalie still 5k for Team Malaysia, sure. Next door up in 70 seconds on the top quadrant of the map. Turkiye should be able to handle the waves no problem. They have Sigiboom online after gruesome 5 deaths this game. But we are seeing the dividend being paid off.
Yep, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So Team Turkey, they're still in the match here because they have the advantage of having that Claude. And TNZ, we gotta give it respect. He bought the Sky Piercer. He only got 1 kill, but he hasn't died at all. Considering the amount of pressure that Malaysia has been putting on,
Yep.
he still got 10,000 gold with 0 death.
In the shutdown that he got earlier on was onto Sakai, of all people too. So Sky Piercer well utilized. Even Apex 47, we saw him jump on Stormy earlier on to get the solo takedown. So he is starting to be a threat, even though he's not the most durable hero out there, but the axe, it hurts.
Yep. Looking forward to see the Chastise Pauldron being built by Malaysia here because they still need to deal with Sigiboom. It's a great item not only just to reduce the attack speed, but also getting some heal whenever you are low enough to trigger it. Turkiye, they have a lot of ways to start a fight, especially Lunar, but I kind of feel like Apex 47 might have to throw his body a little bit just to be able to clump Malaysia up close enough so that you can have maximum value on that final slash.
Team Turkey show their confidence and composure in even attempting to contest the second Lord. I wouldn't fault them if they attempt this. From multiple angles it is. Yums hiding in the top bush. I don't think Turkey knows about this, so an AOG could be the surprise factor that Malaysia is looking for. That's why they will pull off the Lord.
Yeah, look at that. It's not just Yums, it was Sakai's as well. They found one! They found Lunar!
Oh, and that's a key member. Just caught Luna sleeping at the wheel. He didn't want to use the flicker, and now he's punished with a 30-second death timer.
Aku masih di
Look at
ini
this,
loh.
Rosa trying
Turki
to
Malaysia.
zone people out. Sigiboom does
Laki.
have that Winter Crown, so he has an opportunity to make a play here. Will Turkey take it?
So Liao loses. Deeper got armor. Good attempt for TNZ. Yum stops him in the spot. So Sakai gets the retribution. Apex, they have to throw his body as he goes down. AOG connects on the Rosa. Yum's on the chase, brings No Liao in. TNZ can't really get much done as Sakai just solo kills Sigiboom in the
ini dia
back line.
endnya.
And the turtle board on the TNZ, Sakai with a
Nice
triple
lah.
kill.
Dude, Sakai's having an amazing game, man. 11, 2, and 4. Rosa trying to buy as much time as possible. Mid against mid. Stormy against Rosa. And Yums is dead. Rosa gets a kill, but look at the base. Team Malaysia, they're on it. Final slash from Lunar. Rosa actually gets a kill onto Stormy, but looks like Malaysia is going to be taking game number
Nice.
1.
clean as a whistle from the local heroes. Team Malaysia takes game number 1 in this best of 3 and puts Team Turkiye in their place. A rude awakening of what seemed to be a close matchup turned disastrous in the first 5 minutes. I mean, that goal lane, that needs to be addressed.
That honestly is a
Kita lanjut,
very
guys.
good
Game
opening
kedua,
game
guys.
for this matchup, because we have to talk about Turkey. Despite having a pretty